Hello and welcome to the Any Given Sunday Australia podcast, Division Previews, Episode 7. We are nearly there. We're at the AFC East. We both know, Danny boy, this is Charlie's baby. We might as well leave now.
Yeah, I'm just going to pack up and walk straight out this door because I am not saying much for this episode.
You have to just... I should have given you guys just a little bell you can ring when it's time to stop talking Bills. But that's fine. I will behave myself, I promise.
Maybe one day we'll get a mixing board and you can just have a little buzzer. It's like it's a stop talking about
I reckon
the
we're
Bills
going to get
buzzer.
one of those little collars where you... Oh, Jesus. I'll stop. Yeah, no, it is a very exciting... And there's a few little additions that we're literally just spoke about, which kind of makes this a bit more of an interesting division than it has been probably for 20 years, really. Like, it's been one-sided and now it's the Bills, really.
Yeah, it is. It's actually a very interesting division, but also there's a team who have kind of been nudging contention the last few years that no one knows what to think of them and are possibly the basket case of
They
the
could be
NFL.
amazing, could be terrible.
That's right. We will get to them shortly. As far as additions go, the Bills, one of the big ones that everyone knows about is Joey Bosa joining the Bills, and he has impressed. He looks like he fits in well, and he seems really happy to be there. One thing that he has said is he's never been anywhere before where the whole team hangs out all the time, where he feels such a connection
Only been
to
at
the
one
fans.
So he's really just shit
But
on
also
the Chargers.
college as well, which is interesting.
yeah,
but
fair enough.
he said that the experience, the differences in his experience being at the Bills versus the Chargers has been really eye-opening, and the fact that he feels like it's a home. And so, provided he stays healthy, that is going to be big. There's a tale of two receivers as well, Josh Palmer and Elijah Moore. Joshua Palmer has really impressed. He had a bit of an injury and missed a few weeks of practice, but he's done well. His route running's great, and everyone's very happy to have him in a receiver room that doesn't have a standout wide receiver one.
Hasn't for a few years.
Really relying on Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman. But on the flip side, Elijah Moore has disappointed. And a lot of people, like, for someone who brings a lot of traits, and he played in Cleveland with 4 different quarterbacks and should be better than he is. He hasn't set the world on fire. So he's on the bubble. And there's another, rookie, Terrell Shavers, who's worked really hard over 3 seasons. This is the year where it looks like he's guaranteed himself a spot, working really hard, which is he was like a UDFA, hung around in Buffalo all off season, training 2 seasons in a row, and he's really earned that spot. So Elijah Moore could be someone that ends up going somewhere else before the season starts.
Is that a hot take?
I don't think people are that concerned about Elijah Moore.
It's a lukewarm.
For that to be a hot take. But the one addition that possibly should be talked about more is Deion Walker, who was, I think, 5th round selection. He's a defensive tackle. He is 200 centimeters tall, 150 kilograms. The reason he didn't go high, but also can play, but didn't go higher because he had a history of injury, a couple of concerning injuries that maybe scared some other teams away. He has not missed a beat in the preseason. He is flattening 2 vets at a time. He is going to really make a difference, and he is a giant of a human being. And we've said it before, when you actually see an NFL team up close, everyone's a giant. But he makes them look like kids. So he's a big addition that's important for the Bills. Too many? Did you need to ring a bell? Is that okay?
I was not far off, but I reckon you've cut it pretty well.
I was hooked. I was just sat there listening. I felt like a fan of the podcast.
You need a
for
drink of
once.
water, man.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Straight into it. I knew you were black-eyed, but I'm definitely one-eyed, 100%.
Definitely one-eyed.
The Finns, which is definitely, if you haven't worked it out already, this is the team that could be incredible, could be a basket case.
Oh, it's so hard to tell with the Finns, isn't it? Like, and everyone's keeping their cards so close to their chest. Like, there's not like a massive rumor mill kicking around with them. There's not like really hot stories. There's just nothing.
Which there has been in the past.
There has been in the past, but like generally it's worked out well for them. Like, you know, being in the headlines and kind of being that enemy team, I guess, that a lot of people kind of want to gun for. It almost helps them perform better. Where at the moment it seems like dead silence. They have fully overhauled their offensive line, which I'm tipping is just to stop Tua getting concussed. Because if he gets concussed one more time, surely he's done. And then it's Zach Wilson leading the charge. Oof. Yeah, that.
Finally, Zach Wilson gets the opportunity he needs.
It could be the next one out of
Next Sam Darnold.
the New York that's going to make something of himself.
It's, oddly enough, McDaniel's scheme could be one that suits a Zach Wilson because it's about getting the ball out quickly.
I don't know if
he's no good if he
Tua, he'd have Waddle. Like it's not bad.
Yeah, he's no good if he holds.
Tua.
No Waddle.
No, you said he'll have Tua.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Zach Wilson's going to have Tua.
If he's,
Sorry,
I meant Tyreek.
Tyreek.
Yeah, I'm looking like shut up, idiot. He's got him. He'll have Tyreek. He'll have
Yeah, it's like they could do worse. And like if you would, like, there's every chance it is Zach Wilson. Like
If Tua
doing
gets
that job,
if Tua gets another knock, he
can't keep going.
He can't get going, and he'd have to sit out minimum 4 games if he gets one more concussion. If he's not sitting out for the rest of the season or the rest of his life, it's too much. You can't have that many head knocks. It's no good for anyone.
Is anyone else just singing maybe Zach Wilson's the man? Talk myself into it.
Especially if he's passing to another quarterback.
Yeah, on the bench, probably in the stands. One of the biggest additions, I think, in the league, and it goes to the Patriots, head coach Mike Vrabel. I think this guy, almost a lock for head coach of the year. He's going to make waves down there and could be enough to bring them into relevance again.
Yeah, it's their third head coach in 3 years. Like, the Patriots need some form of stability.
They wanted
as
him
well.
early, though.
And they got him.
There's no way that he's not around for a while.
No.
Like just his heritage at the organisation. Robert Kraft's not going to get rid of him.
No.
Like
I feel a lot of Dan Campbell about him, though, like where he's just going to come in and be like, this is the standard. Might start off a bit rough, but I reckon it's like, this is the standard. This is what we're living to. And, you know, look what he's come from, though, like the Patriot era.
Well, that's right. He's like if you've ever worked in a kitchen, the more your chef was abused when he was an apprentice, the more he will abuse the apprentice chef. And
sounds illegal.
yeah, it's just a tale as old as time.
Yeah.
And there was no tougher head coach than Belichick, and Vrabel knows that and has seen that result in back-to-back rings. The other thing that I've heard out of Patriots preseason is, and particularly the last 2 weeks, he's been spending his time almost exclusively with the offense, which surprises a lot of people. He's a defensive coach, but he is locked into the offense and what they are doing. And I think it's a good sign that he is an overall head coach. He is there to coach the entire organisation, not be hands off. He is looking from that 30,000 foot view of the whole team, and so that's a good sign as well.
And they've brought on Stephon Diggs. Like, he's come back to the AFC East after spending one season out, and now he's back. And by all accounts, he's looking good.
He is looking really good, given how soon it is after his ACL. It's his recovery is remarkable. Whatever Cardi B had on that boat is great for recovery.
That's the only problem I have, because boat pictures don't go well. So.
Yeah, but I reckon Stephon Diggs deep down is like he likes being a fashionista. He sees himself as very cosmopolitan and interesting. I also think he's a great big nerd and works hard on his body and his fitness. Like I think he eats well, and I do think he runs a tight ship with that. And the sense that I got is that his temperament looks a bit better than it was at the Bills, and even than it was at the Texans. I don't think he was particularly troublesome at the Texans, but I don't think he was what they needed. There is a chance that he is going to have a really good season, the kind of season that he needs to prolong his career as well.
And two comeback games against the Bills, obviously, so you're putting 100-plus yards on him there.
Oh, for sure. And it's just giving Drake May more options. Like, they also picked up a running back in the second round, which is the earliest the Patriots have picked since 2018. They picked up a wide receiver in the third round. So they're like, I'm not really surprised that Vrabel's spending so much time with the offense. It's a new offense. Like, to get them all firing under Drake May and like get them to absolutely perform.
And he, unlike the Dolphins, there's no question over Drake May's quarterback, which I think is really interesting. Everyone is confident that Drake May is the quarterback they need and a good enough quarterback to succeed in the NFL. And as for Mike Vrabel taking over a rickety, busted franchise, to know you've got your quarterback and that you just need to support him, that's a great situation for everyone. They're in a very good position. Expectations are starting to build. but they can still not make the playoffs and still be considered a success this year.
Yes. Or I'll leave it on this, where Tennessee Titans were number 1 seed. Vrabel was a coach.
That's exactly right.
Think about it. The Jets.
So Justin Fields is signed as their QB1, and he is absolutely out for revenge. So he was playing well for the Steelers. He had a winning record. I think he got benched at 4-2. Don't quote me on that. Or do. At Danny Webb.
Pretty close.
That's about right.
At Danny Webb AJC. But yeah, they benched him when he had a winning record. And then ever since then, he's like, I'm a QB1. Like, I deserve to be a QB1. And he's gone to the Jets. But the Jets have also brought on Aaron Glenn, which is the Lions DC.
Biggest addition in the AFC, absolutely.
He will.
I'd have said Mike Vrabel was the biggest addition.
No, I reckon Aaron Glenn will have a bigger impact than Vrabel in what he's going to achieve, because he's turning around a more broken franchise, I would say.
Mine's more broken than yours.
Yes. But they've gone for full reset as well, like, moving on from the failure that was the Aaron Rodgers experiment. They've moved on from all the players in that era as well. So they're just really, really trying to start again. And Aaron Glenn's probably the person to do that, to turn the Jets around. Oh.
And on Justin Fields, he didn't just get benched when he had a winning record. At the end of the season, his stats were almost identical to Russell Wilson's, as in the production, what he was able to do on the field. If he'd been allowed to just play and start that whole season, I think their season could have been a lot better than it was. I think he has the right to feel hard done by. And I think I do think he has like really solid like potential as a quarterback. He hasn't played in the kinds of games that Jared Goff did at the Rams when he made it to a Super Bowl, but I think the story could be similar, that he is a quarterback who, well, with Aaron Glenn, landed in a spot where he's appreciated and can flourish. And I think that's it. If the Jets are embracing him, he's going to play really well.
That's a big if, especially the Jets fandom. Like, they love to throw players under the bus. But Fields is linking back up again with Garrett Wilson. So they played together in Ohio State for 2019 and 2020. Wilson came out years ago saying, like, one day I want to play with Fields again. And now they're getting that opportunity. But I think something we really need to look forward to is week 1. The Jets are actually playing the Steelers.
Revenge game out of the gate.
Revenge game for week 1. That is going to be something we're going to be talking about.
We will.
That is going to be a great game. I'm excited. Did I mention football's back?
Football's back. It's a great start. Yeah, we are so close.
That is a big story. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope you're right, but he's come from the Bears. Like, it really can't get around him just yet.
Yeah, but like the Bears organization failed Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Justin Fields didn't fail the Bears,
No.
which is something you should be happy for, because it's the Bears not doing well.
Yeah. But you're right, though. He started off so well in a pretty shit time with the Steelers, where it was up in the air right up until they benched him, really. And then even after that, I always felt like Wilson was the man, but there was always just that question in the background. But
yeah, and Justin Fields played like. How well you played at college doesn't prove anything in the NFL, but he played good football against really good teams when he was at Ohio State. Like, he played tough games and won big games. Like, he does have what it takes.
Yeah. All right, into players. That was kind of the Jets. What we have to look for is definitely week 1. That's going to be huge. And actually, one thing I will say about the Jets, they have locked up. Wilson's been locked up. Sauce Gardner's been locked up. That's probably the best things they've done, bringing in Aaron Glenn. They've done a couple of good things in the offseason, which is very unusual. So, Jets might be turning the Jet around.
Yeah,
and also,
turn the Jet around.
The other thing that veterans and veteran reporters who've covered the Jets their whole life, a whole bunch of people have said that the preseason training at the Jets has never been more intense. Like, actually, the most intense they've ever seen
Would that be Aaron Glenn?
At any team, and it's all Aaron Glenn. It's all culture from the top. What do we know about Aaron Glenn's playing history? What do we know about Aaron Glenn?
I don't know. Nothing. What do you know about him?
Did he played for the Jets.
Did he?
He succeeded at the Jets. He was like part of the last good team the Jets had.
He played 50 years ago, did he?
Yeah. But no, he was part of a winning culture at the Jets. And there is a homecoming element to this. And so because historically you have to turn the page on the Jets, who've been terrible for such a long time. But he comes in with, and part of his narrative internally is,
I have history.
I was here when the Jets could win. And I think that's gone a long way as well. He's an uncompromising motherfucker. I think it's going to go well.
Talking to me, we can't wait to do the overs unders now. We're getting a little bit juicier there. The Bills, mate. We'll give you a couple of minutes. What are they? Who are we not talking about in the Bills?
Well, do you know what? I think what we're not talking about is stability. And in the off-season, they signed to 4-year deals Terrell Bernard, Khalil Shakir, James Cook, who was holding in, not holding out, but finally got a deal done that, on what the agent announced, was sixth highest in the league, I think, and it was 4 years for 48 with $30 million guaranteed. Actually, drilling down into it, it actually works out better than that. It's just under 12. It's under 12 a year, but the way the guarantees and everything works, it's, to be really boring, it's around, I think it's like 2.6% of cap year on year or whatever it is. It is a very good deal for a running back who is a genuine difference maker. So they actually re-signed literally all the people they wanted to. They did deals with, they took team-friendly deals and they've locked them up for 4 years and they're all good players. Add to that, arguably the first or second best O-line in the league. Probably, last year you would say the Eagles had the best O-line in the league last year, but the Bills were close behind. Complete continuity, not just with the starters, but with also the depth, like the backups for that offensive line. This is a team that has been 3 points short of the Super Bowl against the Chiefs too many times. But they have locked down all the things they're good at. They ploughed their entire draft into the defense, which has stopped them from making the Super Bowl. And is it enough? Probably never is. But
It'll be 1.5 points.
but there's a reason
why
why Hard Knocks is not exciting to watch this year for anyone except Bills fans. It's because there isn't intrigue. There isn't a tale of survival. There isn't last chance for the coach and the GM. This is a team that has ruled this division for so long with a quarterback who's scored more than 40 touchdowns 5 seasons in a row that has never been done, with the second highest scoring offense in the league last year. Most of the bits are right. Most of the pieces are there. And also under pressure, they outplayed the Ravens under pressure. They have been under more playoff pressure and learned more lessons than any other franchise. I think they have set themselves up in a nice, boring way in the offseason, is what I'd say.
Perfect. Speaking of stability, the Dolphins.
So
to a hill? What did I call you before?
Yeah, is Tyreek Hill still the wide receiver one? Is the question that's going to have to start being thrown around this Dolphins team, because we haven't really seen it, and towards the end of last season, he wasn't as productive as what we've seen in seasons past. He's not
the entire season. He was really.
It was a bit lackluster,
and not just that. The last game was at the last game of the season. He's there going, "I'm gone. I'm out of here. I'm not at,
I was just joking. I was just joking.
How do you That's
it's a hard thing to come back from.
That's a challenge. That's a hard thing to come back from. If your coach is strong, your quarterback is strong. If the rest of the organization is strong and accountable, that's hard. When it's a mess, how? There's just that there's a huge question mark over Tyreek Hill at wide receiver one. Possibly great year for Jalen Waddle, who has been in Tyreek Hill's shadow. He's wide receiver one at any other team except maybe the Bengals. It's a good chance for him to shine. But it's the rest of the team there to help Jalen Waddle have a good season. I don't know if they are.
They really are. You're talking me into them being the basket case.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's not just on offense too. Jalen Ramsey's gone, and their corner back depth just seems so underwhelming. Their defense seems really underwhelming. Their offense at the moment, well, who knows who's going to be throwing the ball, depending on the concussions. Their wide receiver rooms, we don't really know where Tyreek Hill's sitting. There's just so many question marks surrounding this team, and it's really, really hard to have a lot of faith that the Dolphins are going to do well.
And at the top, Mike McDaniel, his press conferences are really entertaining and fun and offbeat when they're winning. And when they're losing, they make you think everything is going wrong. That he has given up, or that he is and he hasn't. He takes his job seriously. He comes from the Shanahan school of coaching. He is he is a great offensive mind, but has he built an offense that only works for Tua and therefore won't work when Tua inevitably gets concussed again? No one else can drive the car. And also, does he actually have the strength within the organization? You remember Hard Knocks? He looked like a guy who wanted all the players to think he was cool, not a guy that all the players are scared of and want to be accountable to. And I think there is a big culture question going on. Or they've got us all fooled. And
that's it. Zach Wilson is the man, and he'll come in.
Yeah.
The Pats.
That is a big. That's a big roll of the dice. Zach Wilson's the man.
That's the hottest take of
Yeah.
of all these previews. If you're going with Zach Wilson is the man.
Yeah, wait for it. The Pats, can they turn it around?
Oh, the defense. We spoke about their offense a lot and how they've added so many more weapons for Drake May, but their defense is the thing that really needs to turn it around. They actually had the worst ranking defense in scoring since 1995. I was 1. You were all of 3.
I was at first year uni.
So let's not talk about that part. But that is a long time. We are talking a whole dynasty between then and now. They need to be better at the end of the day. It's just simple as that.
Yeah, they have though spent a lot of money in the offseason. They were, as far as bolstering their defense and bolstering the rest of the team, no one spent or paid above market price for people like the Patriots. They had heaps of cap space and they used it to acquire players. There is a chance that they've bought the right players and Vrabel can bring them together. Who's it? Corey Gonzalez, the cornerback. He's still one of the best cornerbacks in the league.
Yeah.
He's a standout player who looks to have another big season ahead of him. There are some stars there on that defense, but yeah, they have to, as a unit, turn it around completely.
Yep. All right, some hot takes. Just seeing what you guys have written down is very interesting. Danny boy, what are your hottest take to come out of this?
Well, it's more of a question to you guys. It's will the Jets break their 14-year playoff drought? Is Justin Fields and the Wilson connection that they've had in Ohio State, they've got Sauce Gardner locked in. Their defense has always been good. The Jets' defense has never really been a question, but now they've got Fields at the helm. Will their offense be enough? Will they break that playoff 14-year drought?
You're obviously saying yes.
I'm going yes. Let's give him a wild card slot.
Oof. You've seen the history.
I believe in Aaron Glenn.
Yeah, I believe in Aaron Glenn too. And I also believe in the fact that the defense, as you say, on paper, has been a great defense for a number of years. But the lack of cohesion within the building has meant that it's been squandered. And towards the end of the season, when the offense is dysfunctional, the defense are going, well, I'm not going to put my body on the line. I'm not going to destroy myself and get injured. What's the point when they're not carrying it on the other side of the ball? There is a chance that turns around, and that defense is the foundation that can make all this happen. I don't think that's the craziest hot take.
You guys really believe in Aaron Glenn?
I do really believe in Aaron Glenn, actually.
In Aaron, we believe. Until I see a couple of guys, I cannot be sold on that. Just the Jets are the Jets for a reason.
But they're already going to go 1-0 when they play the Steelers. So they're starting off on a winning foot. Just got to keep it going.
Yeah. So are you yes or no? You jumping in on his hot take? Are you a yes?
It's wild. It feels so wrong. It feels so wrong to believe in the Jets. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It just feels so hard. But I believe in Aaron Glenn, and I think you would say that he was part of a program at the Lions that turned that around a lot quicker than everyone thought they would. Mm. And I don't think they're coming from as far back as the Lions were.
Yeah.
I think they had wasted potential the last few years. I'll get on that. I think they're a chance to take the wild card. Yeah, why not?
It's your division, but do you have a hot take to come out of it?
It's not that hot take, but the Bills are going to win the AFC. No, but it's not a hot take. It's not a hot take because
we've had the whole time.
No, it's not a hot take because I know people love to talk up the Ravens. They love to talk up.
So they're playing in the Super Bowl. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, the Bills will play the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah. So now we're getting hotter.
There's a long-running reason why I say that, and that is last year was a rebuild year for the Bills. at the start of the season, everyone was saying Bills are going to miss the playoffs. They've got no one in the receiver room. Like that, and it was genuinely like they had cap trouble. They did not have the horses on the paddock, and they were 3 points and a fucking bullshit fourth down call away from beating the Chiefs. And yes, it was a really close game with the Ravens, but like I believe that they were a better team than the Ravens for most of the season last year, and they got better. They actually are not in a rebuilding year. Last year was about setting up this year. That's what I always felt. And I'm obviously a massive Bills homer, and it's obvious how I feel about it, and I'm overconfident most of the time. But I do think they win it this year. I think they are perfectly set up to do it. Their quarterback just got married. He's happy.
He's happy, man. He's locked away. I don't really have one. I can throw one out there. It depends how wild you want me to be. But
Be as wild as you
Wild
can.
is good.
well, I'll go down the Dolphins and say that whatever Jalen Waddle's touchdown market is overs.
Yeah.
He will become the man, and I'm 10 plus comfortably. I don't know. That's not spicy enough. It was like closer to 20 then. 15 plus.
No, you can say 10. Your spicy take could be it's 10 plus with Zach Wilson throwing into the ball.
That's
Now
it.
we're getting spicy.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, I'll do a hot Dolphins take. If Tua is uninjured and the Dolphins miss the playoffs, McDaniels is gone.
Yeah, now we're spicy.
Good tour will be gone. I don't know what his contract situation is at the moment, but
I just hope he's got good health insurance. I think that's really...
has to be. All right, let's get into the unders overs. This is going to be already looking at what they're going to be.
So, if the episode wasn't spicy enough, we're moving on to this. So, all these over-unders are powered by our good friends at Unibet. Thank you, Unibet, for providing us with these odds. Yeah. The Jets over-under is sitting at 5.5 at $1.69.
You've just both said they're making the playoffs.
So, Charlie and I are both on the overs for
absolutely.
that one because, honestly, and without them making the playoffs, let's forget my hot take there for a second. I think they're easily going over this 5.5.
Without-
5.5 is low.
Yeah,
man.
without Aaron
Saints
Rodgers
were
holding them
4.5.
back, they can fly. All right, the Jets can finally fly.
Start those engines.
The Saints were 4.5.
Yeah, we can't compare this Jets team to the Saints, can
Yeah,
we?
you wouldn't have thought so. I did see. Speaking of the Saints, Taylor Shaw looks terrible. Or Tyler, whatever his name, terrible. They're going. Might not win a game. Yeah, that 5.5 is very low. I think they can stumble their way to 5.5 pretty comfortably.
Next, we're moving on to the Dolphins. Their over-under is sitting at 7.5, paying $1.83.
This feels a lot closer.
That's getting interesting.
I reckon
Yeah.
unders.
I'm also on board with the unders here. I just feel like
Their defense will get pummeled this year.
Yeah.
I'm just not convinced by the Dolphins at all. I don't think they did enough in the offseason. They're not convincing enough now in preseason. I can't see them getting... They might get 7 wins, don't get me wrong, but I can't see them getting over 8.
Yeah, I'm going unders too.
Moving on to the Patriots, a little bit more spicy on this one. Their over-under is sitting at 8.5, but it's paying $2.05.
Over.
You're a
You're a believer of
fan.
Aaron Glenn. I'm a Rabel is the man. He's coach of the year. Overs.
I'm going under, but we're still saying good things about the Patriots at the end of the year.
Yeah, we've got to be saying good things about the Patriots, I think. I reckon they're an 8.5 win team. I truly believe it. We've been saying it this whole time, but yeah, I'll go overs because I think the $2.05 is too juicy to say no to. Next, we're moving on to the Bills. They're over-under. If they're going to win the AFC, we're probably going on over this, but their over-under is sitting at 12.5 at $2.25.
Yeah, why so
So
high?
favoured to go under.
I just wanted to... There was something
12.5 is a lot of us.
12.5 is a lot
What did they go
for regular teams.
For regular, so you're saying the Bills aren't a regular team?
So the Athletic, right, put out a list. They have like a prediction model, like an advanced computer model. It's back. They're backed by the New York Times now, so it's probably whatever predicted that Hillary would win. But but they had the probabilities of number of wins, like the most likely outcomes and where people would finish this season. All right, and this is actually really interesting. They have their model with an 87.7% chance of the Bills winning 11.2 games.
Oh, so you got
and that is the highest of the entire NFL.
Right.
So they've got the Ravens at 11 for 85%, the Chiefs 10.9 at 82%, and then the Bengals 10 wins at 71%.
So is that at least, though? Like, is that 85% chance they're at least winning 11?
That's their most likely win outcome.
That's the probability.
Yeah.
So 12.5 is about right.
So 12.5's about, it is actually about right.
They won 13 last year.
That is a lot. They won 13 last year and left some meat on the bone. But
I didn't get a choice for the Packers, so why are we giving you a choice?
I'm taking the over.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So I think in our crystal ball episode when we did our Unibet and did our betting predictions, I actually had the Bills going to the Super Bowl as well. So I'm gonna have to jump on the overs on this. $2.25 as well. How could you not take it? That is it's too nice.
That's the only reason I would. $2.25 is so juicy. Otherwise, I'm just saying fuck you and go on the unders. 11.2. New York Times are never wrong.
No, never wrong.
Well,
Hillary.
Yeah.
Nice. Probably not as the Jets at 5.5. Jets making the playoffs. That's outrageous. You boys are. All right. Next up is our final 8 out of 8. The NFC East. Finish off with your Birds, Super Bowl winners. It's only fitting.
go Birds. Wasn't even my episode.